Welcome to Unity of Flagstaff. I am Reverend Penny Honey, and as always, it is our joy to have you join us here on our YouTube channel at youtube.unityofflagstaff.org. Of course, everything you ever wanted to know about the ministry you will find on our website at www.unityofflagstaff.org. Truly, everything you need to know is right there. You could probably just speed right past these announcements if you just go to the website. So please check that out. On that website, you will find out about our June 6th and 13th outside in-person services. They're going to be at Matt and Josie Devlin's home. That information on getting to that location, of course, is on the website. And we're going to have 5 incredible musical artists with us that day, both days. So come check that out. It'll be good to see you outside, faces and feet, don't you think? Looking forward to it. Don't want to forget to mention the Flagstaff Family Food Center. Shortly, we will be able to come back as a community and work in a group once a month there. Be watching for that, of course, on the website and the newsletter. Oh, by the way, if you're not getting that newsletter, email me at office@unityofflagstaff.org and we'll get that newsletter out to you and get you on that mailing list. We don't want you to miss out. So my friends, today the message is it a sign from God or a sigh from God? So now I appreciate you settling in. We'll move into a time of prayer. Then we'll move into meditation, and then we will enjoy the music of Trina Goetz doing the song Whispers. So deep breath, won't you please? At the forefront of this service, at this time, we put the consciousness of God. We relax into and settle into the knowing that God is in it all. And we are one with that. For this we are grateful. So we prepare our minds and our hearts now as we open to hear the whispers and to see the signs of the God consciousness within. And so it is, and so we let it be. Amen. And now enjoy this meditation.
This is the moment. Here is the place. We agree as we share in the experience of prayer to be attentive, connected, and centered in the power of God. All that we have on our minds and in our hearts right now, we lift up into the possibility of instantaneous transformation in this time and place of prayer. The silence is my place of peace and renewal. With my next outgoing breath, I slow down and still my thoughts. I relish this moment of deep spiritual awareness. God is peace in the midst of me, a peace deeper than thought or feeling. In the silence, I experience peace. I am renewed in spirit, in silent prayer. I am a radiating center of light and understanding. God is light in the center of me. My mind is one with divine mind. With every breath, my mind seeks and finds spiritual understanding. The light of understanding guides my way. Thoughts become productive, and the way ahead becomes clear in the light of spirit, in the silence. I am an expression of infinite life. I breathe the breath of spirit. I breathe the breath of life. Every breath supports and strengthens me, renews and refreshes me. I am one with the spirit of life, infinite and eternal. Breath by breath I heal. I live. In the silence I claim life. I live in a world of plenty, and I have a consciousness of abundance. Breathing deeply in the awareness of God within and all around me, I settle into a conscious moment of appreciation. All that I could ever need may be found here, in divine mind brimming with divine ideas. Overflowing with gratitude, I open my mind, open my heart, and pray. I hold the world in a vision of harmony and peace. I am one with the world around me. Every man is my brother, every woman my sister. We are one in God. In a state of oneness, I imagine holding hands, embracing arms, walking together on earth. I hold this image in love with the world as I pray. In spiritual realization, we complete this time of prayer. Gratefully, we trust the truth of divine peace, understanding, life, and abundance in which all our desires are fulfilled. All that God is available to us in every breath. In gratitude, we close with the prayer for protection. The light of God surrounds us. The love of God enfolds us. The power of God protects us. The presence of God watches over us. Wherever we are, God is.
I tune in to the experts on all the TV shows. I read the books that tell me all the things that I should know. I ask my friends what they think of the things I'm going through. When no one has the answers, I know what to do. I listen for the whispers deep down inside. I listen for the whispers, strong but gentle guide, with 1,000 different voices ringing in my ear. I listen for the whisper that only the heart can hear. The other voices tell me that I'm not good enough to win the peace of mind they say that I'm not worthy of. And though they shout so loudly, sometimes I can hardly think. I know where to turn to find the source source of my strength. I listen for the whisper deep down inside. I listen for the whisper, a strong but gentle guide, with 1,000 different voices ringing in my ear. I listen for the whisper that only the heart can hear. The whisper holds the answer, it's up to me to ask. I wonder why so often the thing that I do last is listen for the whisper deep down inside. I listen for the whisper, a strong but gentle guide, with 1,000 different voices ringing in my ear. I listen for the whisper that only the heart can. Listen for the whisper deep down inside. I listen for the whisper, the strong but gentle guide, with 1,000 different voices ringing in my ear. I listen for the whisper that only the heart can hear.
Thank you, Trina, for that and so much more. Thank you. Is it a sign from God or is it a sigh from God? Do we believe that God is maneuvering or manipulating things in and out of our favor? Sure makes it good for a scapegoat if that's the case. And oh, so easy to slip into the place of victim or poor me. If we can put it on God out there, must be a sign from God that I don't deserve electricity. Oh yeah, that's right, I have to pay the bill. I'm not discouraging you from seeing signs or even looking for signs. I just offered this up, this thought. Perhaps you should look for them from within. Perhaps the signs that you're actually seeing are being generated and created from the divine thought of your own mind. Now, does that mean that you don't see signs? Didn't say that. But if it is true that we are creating those signs that we're seeing, it means that we have that power all the time. It means there's one, that signs are all around us and we are creating them all the time. Sometimes we get hung up on that co-creating thing and we start to convince ourselves that it's through our actions and our thoughts and our words and our deeds that we are creating this. Well, we are. That's actually true. But I believe, and erroneously I would say, I believe that sometimes we say, we attracted this to us. How did I create this in my life? Perhaps better verbiage would be what Dr. Paul Hesselbeck says in the book, Get Over It. And I strongly agree with him when he says, instead of, how did I attract this to me? Perhaps what we should be saying is, how did I attract myself to this? Red tractor. And I wholeheartedly agree. I attracted myself to this. As Mr. Hasselbeck and his co-author Bill Holton say, what is exactly and actually happening here is more about perception and less about attraction. You really are creating this experience that you're having with your thoughts. Now, wouldn't it be fun to be more present to that more often? Red tractor. The signs you seek and or see are celebrations of your own thoughts. Celebrations of your own thoughts. Red tractor. Why do I keep saying red tractor? I am creating with a thought, and I bet most of you are seeing a red tractor. I would venture to guess that this is a celebration of our own thoughts. And what's really truly amazing is, more than likely, the next time you see a red tractor, you will remember that crazy minister that kept saying red tractor. But we don't always see our next step or trust our own discernment, do we? And that is, as Neville Goddard tells us, because it is excluded from view because you can only see the contents of your own consciousness. Unity principle number 3, we are co-creators with God, creating reality through thoughts in mind. God is in it. The minutia, the big stuff, the grand overview. Now, just because God doesn't have an opinion about it, doesn't mean that God's not in it. God is in all of it. God is in it. And the fact that there's not this swooping down from the heavens to rescue or fix all the things that we think someone should do something about that doesn't mean that God is not in it. Perhaps we are only seeing the content of our own consciousness. And if I'm not getting the sign that I think I should get, perhaps looking outward is the wrong direction. When I ask for a sign from God, what exactly am I expecting? What exactly do I think I will receive? If we create our world through our thoughts, this is my question. What isn't a sign from God? Where can I go physically in my thoughts, in my mind, that God doesn't show up? It's like that song that Greg Tamblyn does. Wherever I go, there I am. That's what God is. Wherever I go, God is. I am the expression of that divine. God's in it. We really shouldn't be surprised when we consider this quote by Ernest Holmes. There's one mind common to all individual men. The universe is a spiritual system. It is a manifestation of divine intelligence, our divine intelligence. But it does surprise us, doesn't it? The way things manifest, the way God shows up must be a sign. It does surprise us. You know, I've said for many years, I look forward to the day that I am so spiritually mature. I always want to be in awe and wonder, but I am so spiritually mature that I'm no longer surprised at God manifesting the way God manifests through me. And in that moment, we can hear our God self sigh, a deep, genuine, cleansing, heart-opening sigh of joy. And we celebrate our own thoughts. And that is how we manifest the presence of the divine, by looking inward and expressing outward. So hey, what's your sign? What sign are you looking for? Charles Fillmore, in his Talks on Truth, said this: we perceive that the character of life is determined by the intelligence it exercises. I must say that again. We perceive that the character of life is determined by the intelligence that it exercises. The signs that you are seeing, the signs that you're hoping to see, they show you the depth and sometimes the darkness of your very soul, of your very thoughts. What you perceive will be the guidance that you get. Is it possible that the sign that you are receiving is actually the desire of your heart? about that particular situation or that particular person or that event? Is it possible that what you see as a sign is actually your subconscious revealing to you what it is that you want in the deepest desire of your heart? That this is really what you're looking for. And I'm not saying that it's not guidance. And I'm not saying that those signs aren't real. But this is the invitation, is to see those signs as an expression of your God self. That's why you're seeing them. And if saying that you received a sign brings you peace and it does no harm, I say go for it. I'm not trying to convince you that you're not receiving signs. I'm inviting you into looking at the power within. Within you. You are sending the signs, sometimes ahead of your own self. The divine intelligence is there and it is expressing through you, as you, all the time. Perhaps, just perhaps, we could start to trust our own innate judgment. We could start to truly listen to the whispers. Don't make God shout. Listen to the whispers of your own divine intelligence. When we remember that God is in it and in all of it, there's an opportunity for us to relax into an event, into a moment, even in the darkest of times, to celebrate in the most joyous of times, because God is in it and I am expressing God through and as me. The fact that I am in this is proof that God is in it. Maybe I am more apt to remember my oneness. Maybe I am more apt to claim my own power, to know the next step, the next interpretation, because it is God. It is all God, divine source, divine intelligence, divine mind, creator, great spirit. It is all God. Let's parlay those signs from God into claiming our own power and expressing as our God selves. There's a verse in the book, the Bible, in Philippians, and this is what it says. It says, finally, brothers and sisters, whatever is true, whatever is noble, whatever is right, whatever is pure, whatever is lovely, whatever is admirable, if anything is excellent or praiseworthy, think on these things. Let those be the things that drive the sign from God that you're looking for. Right there within your own thoughts, there's your sign. Right there. And again, we perceive the character of life as it is determined by the intelligence that it exercises. What kind of sign do you want? What kind of guidance are you looking for? What are you perceiving? Now, this claiming your own power, it can have its drawbacks. Yeah, because you know what? It requires us to take a little more responsibility for our own thoughts. It requires us to be present to our own ability. And it takes responsibility for the outcome in our lives. Maybe that is why we want to look outside for a sign, rather than claim the power that is within. Maybe. And maybe, perhaps, the question is not, is this a sign from God? Perhaps the question is, how did I co-create this information? How did I co-create this information? And when I look more deeply into that question, I'm convinced that that sign that I think, that I see, truly is my heart's desire. It really is what I'm thinking at the depth of my intelligence. And our intelligence is peeking around the corner through the clouds of confusion and chaos and fear. And it's saying, look over here. Look over here. Here's your sign. This is what you really wanted. And now you can move forward and you can manifest it from here to your greater expression. You could co-create that. You could, and perhaps you already have. There's your sign. Neville Goddard says this: make your assumptions the highest, noblest, happiest concepts. Sort of sounds like Philippians, doesn't it? There is no better time to start than now. Now, I recommend following Mr. Goddard's advice, those few and rare occasions that we make assumptions. They will create the quality of the signs that you are looking for and the signs that you will receive when you do, in fact, make assumptions that are the highest, the noblest, and the happiest of concepts. Heck, create an amazing digital billboard, bright colors, eye-catching. Create your own sign. You are, in fact, the expression of God doing exactly that. Co-create with your higher self, and you'll be running from one good sign to the next. And then you will manifest, and your life will reflect it. There's your sign. How clear it all becomes when we realize that the breadcrumbs that we have been dropping were from our own consciousness. The next time something pops up and you perceive it as a sign, I say go for it. Or you hear yourself saying, I just need a sign, God, I just need a sign. Just stop and congratulate yourself. Congratulate yourself on acknowledging your own divine intelligence. Stop and congratulate yourself and be at peace with the sign that you have manifested for your own guidance. How cool and how clearly that gives us permission to express at our highest and greatest level. We perceive that the character of life is determined by. Now we are truly seeing ourselves as one. Now we are truly aligned with our God selves, with the good that we are, with the expression of spirit in and through us. Now we are our infinite selves. It's all God, and we are ever expressing that. How can it not be a sign from God, from Spirit, from Holy One? How can it not? Now we can see clearly. Now we can align with the one power and the one presence. Here's your sign. You are divine intelligence. Go for it. Go for it. Namaste, my friends. And now we will enjoy the music of Shawn Dennehy. I can see clearly now. can see clearly now that those messages are coming from within. Those signs are a result of our divine intelligence. Thank the good ones. So my friends, I also want to remind you that for this quarter, the board has selected for our Helping Hands project, Sharon Manor. Sharon Manor is doing an expansion project to add more housing to their longer-term housing. It is not a shelter. This is where families that have suffered from domestic violence can go and be safe and start their lives again. We want to sponsor one of those apartments, and so with a private donation and our tithing for the months of April, May, and June, we will fall short by $850, and you have the opportunity to donate into that by going to our website at www.unityofflagstaff.org. Donate. Be sure and designate that it is for Sharon Manor. And of course, we appreciate your ongoing support of this ministry as you donate on a regular basis to keep this place alive, keep the lights on, and in July, we're coming back here to be together. So we look forward to that, my friends. Thank you. And don't forget to check out all the goodies on the community page on our website. That website, you know, www.unityofflagstaff.org. That's where it's happening. Check out what is also going on in the greater community here in Flagstaff, not just our community. Thank you, my friends. Be blessed. Be well. Namaste.